Hello, friends. Welcome to another podcast. My name is Dr. Jason Wiggins, and I am your Generation Z and Millennial expert. Today's date is December 23rd, 2020. Happy Wednesday to everybody as we get ready for Christmas Eve and the upcoming holiday long weekend. So if you're all enjoying a long weekend right now, that's fabulous. That's well deserved. I know that it's been a long year as we wind down this year and start looking forward to 2021. This will be today's last show of this week. Like many others, I will be spending time with my family for the next several days, and then I'll be back at it on Monday next week. So I look forward to bringing you some great content next Monday. Today, as we wind down, we look forward to Christmas. I think it's always a great time. It's a special edition to really start thinking about the Christmas meaning without getting into biblical proportions, but what Christmas is. As Gen Zs and Millennials, we are very to the point of understanding that it's important to take care of others, how other people feel, and during this difficult time weighs heavily on Generation Z and Millennials because we understand that many individuals are not as fortunate, are not able to do the simple things, not even to have a roof over their head or food or friends or food for their or family, toys for their children. So it can be a very difficult time, and it can't be lost upon each and every single one of us that we can have a large ability to help others during this time of the year, which is what today's conversation is going to be about. It is an act of kindness. And when I say act of kindness, this is basically when you go out of your way to do something for others without expecting anything in return. And I know 2020 has been a very tough year, and many people are just trying to take care of their own well-being at this time. And I completely understand, and I think most people would. But if you have a chance to do something of an act of kindness, no matter how simple, no matter how small it is, we have to take that opportunity. Because remember, when we do one good act of kindness, we typically see rewards, not monetary value, but we see rewards on the aspect of knowing that we did something good, how we feel inside, and these are an amazing sort of feelings. For example, here's a simple act of kindness, and it only costs you a few dollars, for example. It's pay it back. When you're going through the Starbucks drive-thru, regardless, pay for somebody in back of you. And you will feel better about it because you know that you helped somebody, and maybe they will continue to do it as well, as they will pay back the car behind them. I heard a story the other day that I forget which drive-thru it was. I believe it was like maybe the Jack in the Box, but there was about a 2-hour long line of people paying it back. They were literally one after another was paying it back for like 2 hours, which was amazing because some people were having to pay quite a bit more because then maybe what they were buying for themselves, but it was an act of kindness. It was about goodwill to our fellow men and women out there. And during this time, we have to think about everything's not about me. Everything's not about you. People are living in difficult times. If you have your health and you have the ability to work and you can pay your bills, then you are fortunate. Therefore, many individuals out in this world can't do those. So I feel very fortunate in my life. Even though I was out of work for several months, I was able to get a job and land on my feet. And therefore, I want to be able to help others now too. And it's not about reaping the rewards. It's about reaping the benefit of knowing how you've helped others. Now, we talk about Gen Z and millennials. They are two groups that are very passionate about helping out causes, helping out the less fortunate, and being civic minded. And that is key as a part of not only just being nice, but being human. We need to remember that when there's an opportunity for us to make a difference, are we going to answer the bell or are we going to wait for somebody else? When you answer the bell, you've answered a calling. And that calling is to make somebody's life just a little bit better, put a smile on their face, and put a smile on yours. Now, as I mentioned early on, an act of kindness doesn't have to be monetary value. You don't have to buy somebody something. You don't have to do it, pay it back or pay it forward. Sometimes it's the words that you express, the writing you express, the thought that you have. People appreciate the small things because sometimes the small things get lost. As we travel in this world, we are always worrying about what's the next big thing? What do I have on my plate? What's the next chore? What's the next task? What's the next? It's always about what's the next. Well, sometimes you just need to stop. You just need to stop and relax. I've said that in previous podcasts. Relax and don't take what you got for granted. Don't take the opportunity to not help somebody when you can. This is about being a civic-minded individual that shows you have compassion for others. And I think as years go on, it becomes less and less important about having compassion. But more than ever, we've seen what's happened in this world. The world's been full of a lot of hatred, a lot of mixed emotions, and people are on one side, everybody else is on the other, depending what political party you're rooting for. It's sad. It's unfortunate. This is the time to make a difference. This is the holiday season. The holiday season is a time to make amends. It is a time to say, I'm sorry. It is a time to say, I'm thank you. It is a time to have an act of kindness, to be generous, and to really give your opportunity to make a difference in not only somebody else's life, but in your life. And as we'll talk about in next week's episode, this will lead into how you revolve as an individual in 2020. How will you stand apart from others? How will you show your act of kindness? Those are just key things that you want to think about, not only for today, but for tomorrow, and how we can come together as one. We have been so divided as a country, as a world. The pandemic has brought some people close together. I've heard stories where in neighborhoods where individuals live next to neighbors, they've got closer with the neighbors as they developed pods, meaning they only interact with certain groups, who only interact with certain groups, so you can minimize the exposure to the COVID-19 virus. Those are just little things you hear about, people coming close together. Remember, crisis typically brings people together. If you think about 9/11, that was an extremely sad time in American history, but it brought a lot of us together. We felt so patriotic after September 11th, 2000. I remember going to a minor league baseball game after, and just the patriotism that people felt. It was absolutely amazing when we were doing the seventh inning stretch, the Star Spangled Banner, take me out to the ball game. All of those were raw emotions that were felt during this time. That was not only an act of kindness, that was an act of patriotism. So again, I encourage everybody to demonstrate an act of kindness, if it's in your actions, your words, As Gen Z and millennials, we have so much to offer, as long as the other groups, as well as Gen X and traditionalists and baby boomers. That you cannot put an age on the act of kindness, because it's all within us. No matter who we are, as long as we're breathing, we have the opportunity to make a difference in someone's life. It could be in a love life, it could be in a random stranger, or somebody that you know truly needs help. Again, I thank you very, very much for your listenership. It's been a great year. I look forward to talking to you again on Monday. So again, enjoy the break with your family, your friends. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, whatever your beliefs may be. I hope you have a safe holiday weekend and enjoy time with your friends and family, and think about the positive aspects of your life and about how you can help others. So, from my family to yours, Merry Christmas. Thank you again. I look forward to talking to you soon. If it's in the morning, afternoon, or night when you're listening, please enjoy and thank you. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.